Yo, what is up, guys? I'm here today. I wanted to make this video. This has been on my mind. I want to share the story of how I started streaming. A lot of you guys, if you've watched my channel, you've probably heard me tell this story before, but I just wanted to put this out there and make a video. I don't know, I've had it on my mind lately, so I guess I'll get right into it now. Where do we start? Alright, I graduated college, and I came home from school, and Fortnite was like the most popular game out at the time. So instead of getting a job, I played Fortnite like all day, every day. Went to the gym and played Fortnite, and like I was kind of cracked at it at the beginning. My skill went down, or everybody else's skill went up since then. But I just got into like all the Twitch community around it, and I would watch like all the big names like Ninja and Dakotas, and I just like I fell in love. And then I started getting into like people who were just getting started, like Heelmike and Mr. Conram. Like I would watch them play in their like custom scrims all the time. And like I was looking up to these people. They made it so easy. They made it look so easy. And like I would watch them for hours on every day. So I was like, I feel like I could get into this too. So I didn't start right away, but I started buying like streaming equipment. I started getting a gaming laptop, capture card, like all this stuff, headsets, and just better controllers, different things that just got me a little bit closer. So eventually, like, my parents got on my ass about not having a job and just fucking playing video games all day. So I got this bullshit job as a substitute teacher, and I was making like $90 a day or something for it, and I was doing nothing. I would go to work, come home, go to the gym, play Fortnite all day, and rinse and repeat. So I did that from about March 2018 all the way into fall 2018. I picked up a job eventually in a special ed classroom, and I was working in some special ed classrooms here and there. I thought it was just like resource room, like I tutor a kid in math or help him with his reading or something. So I was like, oh yeah, this will be fine. But I didn't know what I was getting into. I actually ended up in a class with kids with behavior issues, and from what I thought I was getting into, about 1 hour into the day, I'm refereeing a fight between these two kids. Like, one kid has his shoe off, ready to throw it at the other kid. I was like, what the heck? It's like, I'd like start talking these kids out of it, just jumping into my own instincts. And the principal, he actually comes in and witnesses me do it. Like, he's never seen me before. This guy didn't know who I was, just a young kid dealing with kids who are like severely emotionally disturbed. So they liked me, and they kept calling me back to the school just because like they liked how I worked with the kids, and they just they liked what they saw. I don't know how to put it any other way. So I was a regular there, and then it came about December that year. I came in to work a whole week in that school. All the staff in that classroom I was working, all the teachers and all the paraprofessionals, they got pink eye. So they're all out for the whole week. Like they're all like getting each other sick. They're all sick, and I covered for the whole week, and it was just me and one other guy who was in there who, like, he was, like, in a classroom next door, but same kind of program, but he was just helping me with everything. So here I am, and, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not certified for any of this, like, no experience in special ed until, like, later on, which I'll get into, but, the principal, he wanted to talk to me at the end of the day. This was, like, the day before we went on holiday break, and, he put my name in as a recommendation for a full-time position. So I ended up leaving my sub position to become a full-time paraprofessional, which I still do right now. But I was working in this classroom and bouncing around to work with other kids in the district, and yeah, it was something new for me. So while I'm working in this school a lot, like that teacher who was the other teacher who wasn't sick out of all of them, he like recommends that I go apply to grad school and go for the same degree that he has. So I'm like, alright, like, I trust you, like, you're saying good things about me, you like what I'm doing with these kids, maybe there's a career in this. So I'm going to grad school on his recommendation, and then one day I'm sitting down with one of the kids in the classroom, and it's a kid, he kind of has autism and a couple of other things going on. He says to me, so, how's the wife and kids? And I was just like, man, I'm single and I ain't got no kids, but thanks for asking. So that teacher who tells me to go to grad school, he's also in the room, and he hears it, and he's like cracking up, laughing over it. He talks to me at the end of the day. He's like, why don't you get on Tinder, dude? I found my fiance on Tinder. So I'm just like, sure. I'm going to grad school on your word, getting on Tinder on your word, like, I'll just follow in your footsteps. And, like, here's the thing. So, I get accepted into grad school, and I'm on Tinder, so I put the school that I'm going to in my Tinder bio, 5 head plays. I get a match from this girl, like, freaking very, very attractive girl, out of my league. So, like, I just think she's a bot. I think she's fake, because, like, there's all those fake profiles on Tinder. So I message her like she's a robot. I go, hey Alexa, tell me a joke.
Hey Alexa.
Stupid.
Hey Alexa.
Joke. Oh my god, so stupid. So I do that, and I get no response, of course. And it's like a week later, I go into our grad school orientation, and this girl comes. This is everyone who's in our major, but this girl comes in, and she sits down at the table with me and like everyone else who's entering the school and the same thing. And I start talking to her, and we're just like, oh, what do you want to do? I want to do this, I want to do that. And I'm like, why does this girl look so familiar? And I find out her name's Alexa. And then I end up recognizing that she went to a certain school that was also in the bio, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I leave the orientation, and I write down, no, I don't write down, I go on to Tinder, and I send her a message with like a gif of Pauly D from Jersey Shore. It's like, awkward, so, you know, that just like set me off in like a tough mood to like start out grad school to begin with. And you know, I would go in, and like I felt like everyone was against me. Like, she literally like went and made friends with like all the girls in the class, and I swear this is not like paranoia. There was a group chat. Like, anytime I said anything in class, all these girls picked up the phone and they were texting about it. So I was just like, wow, I feel outcasted in this and shit, and like made such a mistake. And I got other things going on in my life at the time that, like, you know, I wasn't happy with my job. That something happened. I'm not gonna get into that. But I was just like pissed off at the world, so fucking angry with everything going on. And you know, I ended up bonding actually with this one girl who, like, she was like in the same boat as me almost. Like, it felt like her and I were like the top 2 least favorite people in the class. So we would like go out for drinks, and then we started dating, but that didn't last long, honestly. This is like the worst part of one of the story. This, like, horrible. We go to Boston to stay with one of my friends, and like we're drinking, going out to clubs and bars and stuff. And like the first night we're there, we go to this club, and she's like dancing with other guys at the club, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I was like so upset about that, and I didn't say anything. Like, I just bottled up until the next night. I got fucking absolutely destroyed, drunk, plastered, and you know, I blacked out. Next thing I know, I wake up and she's not there. She took a $200 Uber from Boston back to Connecticut, and like, me thinking I could fix things, goes home on that note in the morning, but I get no response, rightfully so. I was an idiot, you know, I can't excuse my drunk actions, but you know, something sparked in me, and I'm like, you know, there's a couple friends that I've been like not talking to, so like, instead of destroying relationships, like, let's try to repair some relationships. So that turns into me, you know, I'm hanging out with this group of friends that we haven't really hung out all together in a long time. We're watching football, and then one of the friends has to go to work, so we go to the other friend's house with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's friend meets us there. I just started hitting it off with this girl, actually, and like, I'm like confidence level 100, give her my number, and like, she was a very attractive girl, honestly. So this is literally the same day I get out of that relationship and into a new one, and not into a new one, but we're talking. Eventually it turns into like this weird thing where, like, you know, we're roommates and like having sleepovers and stuff, whatever. Like, we're coupley, but something about it, like, she didn't want to be together. So I was like, alright, well, I mean, I really like you, and like, I let that hurt me in the end, and like, it was this like pattern behavior thing where she would act differently, you know, in a group, but like, she would act like so affectionate towards me when we were one-on-one, but like, almost like she couldn't care less about me if we were in a group of people. So whatever, you know, that kind of ended, but the time it ended, it hurt me so bad, because it was like the same exact time as COVID. So I lose this girl, I'm like losing friends in the process, because it was like within the friend group, stupid by me. I lose my job pretty much because you know, it's COVID, so the school I'm working in shut down. Can't go to the gym, and then like yeah, so much other things. I go to Boston on that weekend. It's the 13th to the 14th of March, and I do something. I kill my ego, If you know, you know. I do my own thing, and you know, I go onto Twitch that night, and I want to watch Heelmike, who's like my favorite streamer. He's live every single night, and he's not live that night, and it's like so strange to me. So I go on Instagram to see like if he posts anything, and checking socials. His dad passes away at the same time as me, and I'm just like, oh man, like, you know, I'm so down right now. I don't have the things that I like in my life, and it sucked. But eventually I go on to see, you know, one of my close friends is talking to this girl who I just ended things with. I had a suspicion of it going on the whole time, but like he was kind of dishonest to me, and I gave him multiple chances to tell me what's going on. He just lied and lied and lied. So I caught him one time. He showed me something on his phone, and a text came up. Like, I had to drive him home from where we were that night, and I was so mad at this guy. Like, all I wanted to do was just like fight him, do something stupid. But like something took over in me, and just like I drove him home, didn't say a word, and just like cut him out, blocked him on everything. Like, didn't give him a chance to even like say a word to me after that. It was tough, but you know, like, it's a different rage than like I was so angry, and like I channeled all that into like, you know, I can't do anything except make myself better on this. So I channeled that into, I started doing a boxing routine, and I would do my boxing routine and then start streaming right after. So I started streaming Minecraft and CS:GO and like other things, and like it made me happy from when I was laying in bed doing absolutely nothing as soon as COVID hit, and was like literally depressed. But I'm looking at, you know, like I said, with Mike and everything that Mike was going through at the time with his dad, I'm like, you know, me breaking up with a girl is not like the biggest thing in the world. And you know, I hate to use that as an example or discredit my feelings even for it, but it's like, when we think things are going bad, like, trust me, shit could be worse. Shit could always be worse. So, you know, I started just doing my thing and streaming every single day, and then eventually, you know, I had a small community around me. A good group of people kept coming in, reached affiliate status. Actually, I took a page from Heelmike and did his ninja cosplay thing, did the drunk ninja, and literally that day that I did that, I got affiliate, which I thought was really cool. So I'm in just 2,000 followers later, and just grinding and networking, man. I couldn't be happier for the emotional roller coaster, to say the least, that I've been on for the past, I don't know, over a year. So it started with pink eye, Tinder in grad school, getting blackout drunk, going through 2 breakups, depression, ego death in Boston, and cutting fake people out, and now here I am about to hit 2,000 followers this weekend. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been a part of this with me. Thanks for listening to my story, and let me know what your inspirations and stories are, how you got into your hobbies and passions. Check it out in the comments. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you later.